everyone, it's Rosie and welcome back to the 6th week of my challenge. So this week I'm going to be talking about this book. It's called Hyperfocus, written by Chris Bailey. As the title of this book suggests, this book teaches you how to determine where your focus is and how to manage your focus for different tasks. Also, this book introduces the two different kinds of focus that you need for complex stuff and for creative tasks. My favorite thing about the book is the concept that it introduces called attentional space. The author defines attentional space as the amount of mental capacity that you have available to focus on and process things in the moment. So the argument is that this space is limited. Basically, if you fit in too many tasks in there, it will overflow. For example, you can totally walk and listen to music at the same time because each of these tasks don't really take up that much attentional space. But you cannot read a book and drink coffee at the same time. If you could, then why do we spill coffee in our books? Or when we're too much into a book, why do we totally forget about our coffee until it's cold and not good anymore? Well, it's because reading a book is not really a habit, so it takes up too much of our attentional space, and if we want to fit another task in there, it will overflow and we cannot do those things at the same time. The conclusion being that multitasking is not really possible unless the tasks are extremely easy for you to do, so you can fit in so many of them in your limited attentional space. This book also explains about the two different kinds of focus that you need for either complex tasks or creative stuff. The type of focus that you need for complex tasks is called hyperfocus, when you let the task fill up all of your attentional space. That's the only thing that you're doing in the moment. But when you're working on creative things, the author claims that you need something called a scatter focus. This is when you let your mind free and you're letting your mind to think freely and be creative. For example, if you're writing an essay and you're really stuck on a sentence, the author of this book suggests that you just let your mind free, drink some tea and go for a walk, and the idea will come to you. So one thing I did not like about this book is its very famous rule of 3, which basically says that every day you have to identify top 3 things that you want to get accomplished during that day and write them down on a paper and make sure that you get them done by the end of the day. Well, if you're focusing only on 3 things per day, how can you get anything accomplished? Where does everything else go? Isn't it just better to carry around a long list of to-dos that you have to get accomplished by the end of the day? So what do you think? Would people be more efficient if they only focused on a very limited number of tasks per day? If yes, how would you plan for all the other things that you have to get done per day? Let me know in the comments below. Well, thanks for watching!